Alright guys, welcome back to ErebosGamingHD. So, we've had a couple of funny fights, last couple of fights. We fought that guy and it was a really close one. We had the rematch with him, I think it was Ray. And, fortunately we got the win and luckily it was by knockout. And it was still a really close fight though. I didn't get to fight him again this time. I think I could have chosen him, but there's no point having a third one after I won twice. So, we went on to Jennings. So this guy, to be honest with you, by the dimensions of him, when I took the fight, I thought it was going to be more difficult than the last one. But as we see it now, it doesn't seem as though he's actually very well sort of balanced. You can see that he's quite a medium range fighter, which means that he won't have a great short range and he won't have a great long range. So he's all about sort of landing the counters and fighting effectively if you're going to have a character build like this. Now obviously because I'm a human and this is the computer, I can make sure that he doesn't execute that sort of game plan. So that's what I'm hoping I can do. But it does seem as though this is actually going to be a lot easier than the last couple of fights as it stands now. So we'll soon see if that holds true. This whole thing with this greatest of all time mode, it's going really well. I mean, I haven't lost yet and that's the main thing, but I think primarily the thing that I've learned most is fighting safe and fighting to make sure that I'm at least conditioned for the later rounds. The reason why I almost lost, not the last fight but the fight before, was purely because I tried to just gun him down and I didn't think about the later rounds. Whereas I think that's the most important thing that I have learned throughout this greatest of all time journey, is that you need to fight safe, and we're not through it yet. I mean, I'm not the champ yet, I'm certainly not greatest of all time yet, but we'll get there. I mean, we'll definitely get there. It might take some time, but we'll definitely get there. And I mean, it'd be good to obviously show all the different fights, and hopefully we should be able to get these up a little bit more frequent now. I have had some troubles with some hardware and stuff like that, so that's why the videos have been a bit scarce lately, as far as not the videos, just the fight night videos I mean, and they will be becoming more frequent in the near future. So we will definitely get that greatest of all time rank. I'm hoping to get it undefeated, and there's a little challenge set by a chap in the comments which I'm hoping to beat. I'll have to go over it again to see what the exact numbers were, but I basically need to get them all by KO. I need to win over a certain amount of fights. I can't remember how many that was though. I think it was about 100 or so, because the doctor actually forces you to retire at a certain point in your career, which I didn't actually know, but turns out that's the case. So I think if you were going to do this tactically, knowing this, if I'd have known this at the start, I'd have chosen every fight that was nearest. So I wouldn't pick a fight that had 6 weeks training, for example. I'd always pick the ones that were 4 weeks or so on. I'd pick the fights that were closest, and that's what I'm going to do from now on. It's not going to be about the fight; it's going to be about how quick I can get in the ring again. Because if you think about it, if I take a fight that's at 6 weeks notice twice, then that was 12 weeks, whereas I could take 3 fights if they were only 4-week training in the same amount of time. So I could potentially get a 30% increase on the amount of fights that you get just by choosing the fights which are closer to you, as opposed to the highest rank or whether you think you can beat them or not. It's quite late to do that sort of tactic now, in all fairness, because I'm almost the champ, and once I am the champ, most of the fights are going to be mandatory, but I will still be able to get some choice in it, so hopefully that will be okay. Now, as I can't stress enough, guys, how much more fun this game is on greatest of all time. You can see with this fight, I have blabbed on for a little bit too long now. I do apologise. We'll get into the actual ins and outs of the fight now. This fight in particular, you can see that what I'm doing is I'm just jab straight in him. I'm not really getting involved on the inside very much. I am standing a little bit too close here though, to be honest. I've got to sort of stay out, stay at this sort of range. Them uppercuts though that he's throwing in could be quite dangerous, but fortunately he didn't hit me with them. I'm standing way too close to him here, to be honest with you. I was sort of expecting him to walk away there. like when I get close, I'm trying to sort of utilise that hook a little bit because they can be really effective, and that uppercut that he caught me with was pretty nasty. What I'm trying to do though is I'm just trying to push that health down as much as possible because I've done a lot of damage to him. He's got lower stamina than me, which means he's probably going to pull out before I am in any sort of punching matches in the middle of the ring sort of thing. So he'll probably pull out a lot before I will. So that gives me a chance to not only catch him on the inside, but catch him on the outside as he walks away, purely because he hasn't got the stamina to maintain like a dogfight in the middle. So that's my sort of theory at the minute. But he isn't really walking back though. That's the problem. We're not really connecting cleanly. I'm not forcing him to use his stamina at the moment. So maybe I just need to punish him a little bit more. You can see I'm using the jab a lot more than I was in the last fight. Well, not the last fight. The fight where it was really close. I'm using the jab a lot more because, as I said before, the jab's so effective because it stops them in their tracks. It stops them throwing another punch. And you can really make them think twice about throwing a particular punch or another, so that gives you time to land another shot. He should go down here. He could definitely go down here. And that's just all I'm looking for. I'm just looking for a good little combination just to get that health down and just trying not to waste my stamina too much. I'm just trying to land quite cleanly. I'm not throwing too many. I'm just trying to just pick him off here now. I'm just going to let him come out of there. There was no point in continuing there. I could have got him down, but I'd have probably wasted more stamina than took his health away, unfortunately. So we're 3 rounds up, and all's going quite well, to be honest with you. If I can just get his health down, sort of how it was just, then it should be okay. It should be plain sailing. He's throwing them looping shots. It's so easy to catch him when he does that. It really is so easy to catch him when he does that. Just sort of step back, just jab straight in as he sort of does them looping shots, and them 2 shots alone can do a lot of damage. But you have to sort of, like I say, you have to land clean. You can land shots that aren't quite clean and they don't really do anything, and they actually probably do more harm to you if you throw too many of them. So you need to just sort of watch how they throw and just try and see where you can land a good clean punch. And I'll tell you when I land a good clean punch. Those were fairly clean jabs. That wasn't a clean straight at all. You'll see because his health would just rocket down. Like that was a clean shot. That was a clean shot there as well. That was and that one there took his health down. A couple of clean jabs through the guard as well. This guy's getting weak now. A couple more shots like that, and this guy's going to be out of it. He really is. 1, 2, come on. He could go down here. Oh, that shot there, that right hook, that just absolutely decimated him. Come on. He just needs to throw you see, I needed to just sort of step back there and just wait for him to throw and then throw my punch. I'm being a little bit too eager here. I really am being a bit too eager, but I just really want him to go down here. And he should go down as well. I mean, there's no way he should be able to survive this. That shot should have taken him out, I think. He's got quite a tough little chin when he's on the ropes. Oh, he caught me. See, that jab just stopped me throwing that hook. If I'd have thrown that hook, he was down, but he threw that jab and it stopped me throwing it. And that's how effective the jab can be. Just one jab can be the difference between going down or not. I don't think it's going to save him there. Oh, that shot he caught me with. This is getting pretty crazy now. I mean, I'm just so cautious because of them last couple of fights. I think this guy would have been already on the floor if I'd have just gone for it. I can't believe I didn't take him down there. It's my fault for not thinking about it. I wasn't panicking. I was just sort of trying to rush the knockdown just to get him down so I could maintain my stamina. It was quite a silly thing to do, really. I should have stepped back and let him come forward again. That's what I'm going to try and do now. Just try and let him come at me and just, land a couple of good shots. And when his health's low, maybe pounce on him, walk away again. You see, I'm just going to go for him now because he's so low. I'm going to have to get him. There you go. Oh, thank God for that. Yeah, I didn't want him to just survive for a couple of rounds and then do what the other guy did to me. I tell you what, it gets pretty intense, man. It does get pretty intense when you're going for this undefeated record. You just normally it wouldn't really matter if you lose. It doesn't matter, go on to the next one. Ouch, ouchie. That really stung. I should be able to survive it though. Fortunately, it wasn't a critical stun. Just sort of like a flash stun. That's okay. We should be okay. Them shots though, when he starts throwing them hooks and then you land them jabs straight in the middle. It really does so much damage to this guy, and he's gone. He is way gone. Oh. Ouch. That jab and straight combo. So lethal with this character. It really is. Ouch. Don't want to be that guy. See if he gets up. I don't know if he will. No, he's not getting up. Well, we did the business. Wasn't perfect. You know, I'm still not playing really properly how I should be. I don't know if that's just the way the characters are increasing in difficulty and they're not allowing me to do what I'd like to do, but they're dragging me into fights which I shouldn't be getting into. But fortunately, still 50% plus punch accuracy, 100% powers, but only through one. And yeah, you know, reasonable stats. I'm quite chuffed with that. 2 knockdowns as well. If he'd have got up though, it was still game over. That was the 20th fight. We're now ranked 3. We're going to get a title shot next fight, I'm convinced of it. And KO percent is 80%. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you later. Bye bye.